Greetings, light workers. Greetings, Star Seed. This is Oya Transformation, and this is your daily Oracle reading for May the 16th, 2020. Happy Saturday. We finally got a little bit of sun. We left the beginning of spring and went straight to summer. We will be grateful because guess what? The clouds give us another challenge to deal with. Sometimes it's good and it's a restful place, but if we have been mandated in a semi-restful place, clouds do not necessarily allow us to get the work done that needs to be done. They can be a deterrent. Anywho, the first card for the reading of today, the cards I need to say for those new viewers, the cards have been shuffled and prayed upon. The Holy Spirit through me. The ancestors have been asked to join us. Our spirit guides have been asked to assist us. We are grateful for breath. We show up right here, right now, asking the Ascended Masters to walk with us through this reading, giving us something that will encourage and inspire from the masters to the masses. I decided to do it this way because I used to spend probably 8 minutes of the first throughout the reading shuffling, and so you don't need that, and so I have relieved you of that burden. Moving on, the first card, which I call the theme, the theme for today, is Magic and Ritual. Crafting sacred practice. Well, if you didn't get anything else during this reset, it is my prayer for you that you learn more practices, that you learn to strengthen your practices, so that you may know that in the midst of everything, things are always working out for we, and we put in that energetic work so that it will show up in the outer. So with that said, let's see what Magic and Ritual comes to remind us. From the Isis Oracle, what we have is this. Sacred practice becomes a habit of growing our spiritual power and consciousness, like a garden needing regular care and watering to blossom and flourish. Our inner garden of the soul, where our creativity, joy, and spiritual gifts and bliss bubble away, also need regular attention. Coming to our practice takes strength and inner will. Even though it may feel amazing, we still have to wake up, set aside time, and discipline ourselves to show up for our own inner growth. We will weep. We weep too. But anyway, we will reap the benefit when we do, but we must allow ourselves to fall in love with our practice, to craft something that really speaks to us, so that what we want is to do it. The desire and the discipline together help us engage with this practice regularly, and we can grow so fast it can be quite shocking. The initiate shows particular promise. Higher guidance will often encourage that we develop a regular practice to hone their spiritual and creative abilities and more fully manifest your divine potential. So, we continue to be on the fringes of our reset, and in our knowing that when we move slowly back into our new normal, practices are of the utmost importance. They allow us to shield, they allow us to feel anchored, they allow us to move forward into the unknowing with some sense of confidence that things as we like to say, things are always working out for we. I can spell we, W-E, or we, O-U-I. Either way, it is a prayer. Either way, it is a prayer. Moving on to the next card, which is in our toolbox that allows us to feel our way through. It's a number 9, 18 reduced to 9, which speaks of selflessness, romance, wisdom, generosity, and artistic talents, all of which we bring to our crafting of our rituals and magic. And this is the card of intuition and insight. Your intuitive abilities are very accurate right now, so you can trust your guidance to lead you in the right direction. Follow your own insights over the advice of others, and don't allow fear or worry to guide your way. It may be best to keep your secrets to yourself right now. So if we dive a little bit further into intuition and insight, which I usually don't, but I think I'm going to see what else they have to bring us for a lesson for this Saturday, May 6, 2020. Finding the way of truth. Feeling moody. Discovering unknown information. Trusting your own guidance over the advice of others. Your angels are watching over your progress, as well as presenting you with signs pointing to areas in your life that need review. Okay, moving forward to the empathic oracle, the card was pulled, which was pulled is the 43 of entanglement. Now the 43 of entanglement reduces to a 7, which speaks of spirituality, boundaries, and time. And the 43 of entanglement also talks about the cords of other relationships that often most of us have not finished with some of the energetic pieces and ways which we are bound to others which we were intimately in communion with, be it healthy or not healthy. Oftentimes we still have the cords of entanglement. We still have remnants of their spirit dust, if you will, that are around us that need to be shaken off and need to be shaken off regularly so that we can move forward with just the relationships we are in right now. It's hard enough as it is to relate, to commune, to support another without remnants of what went wrong that may show up as triggers in our current relationships. So along with the magic and ritual, we are intuitively being asked to shake off those things that bind us from old relationships, that keep us stuck and won't allow us to move on in healthy ways in our new relationships. So moving forward to the final and fourth card in this reading, and that is from the Daily Miracle of the Course of Miracles, which says, under divine teaching, every relationship becomes a lesson in love. When you meet anyone, remember it is a holy encounter. As you see them, you also see yourself. As you treat them, you also treat yourself. As you think of them, you will think of yourself. Never forget this. For in this knowing, you will find yourself or lose yourself. So, this is the message for Saturday. So as we look at the possibilities of moving along a little bit more freely, physically, yet it is a slow endeavor, recognize that we are always moving around freely within our spirits. And we are being asked to anchor and to continue to find practices of shielding that also allow us to move more freely on the spiritual realm, so that those places where we are triggered, those places where we're stuck in old energies, begin to dissipate. You will know, not by comparing yourself or asking someone else for advice as to how they see you, but using your tools, by writing, by praying, by meditating, by sitting still, reflecting. You will know if you compare where you were in certain situations, say a year ago. I often use my phone because I take a lot of pictures. And I look back at expressions and things that were going on a year ago in specific relationships and how we were moving. And does it look like it's changed? Well, nothing stands still, so things do change. But has it changed for the better? Has it changed more positively? It's not just the energetics, it's also what was going on. Because this whole experiment in reset, experiment in retreat that the entire world is going through right now affects each of us differently. And what you may have needed without this experiment, you may need more of. And in lieu of that, you may look back at your memories and think, oh, I was getting so much more of that, or we were giving so much more of that at some earlier date. But you also have to look at what we have right now to navigate, which will shut a whole lot of things down, because people's fear is drumming loudly, and there are those who are fighting their fears and trying to anchor once again in places where they were secure. And whether you are assisting in that, or whether or not you become a part of something someone may have to shield against, or that you may have to shield against, don't take it personal. Right now we are navigating in a new space. And I'm so sick of this expression, the new normal, right now, because ain't nothing normal about it. And ain't nothing new about it. We are navigating in, I would say, somewhat of a soup of confusion, in which little bits of truth bob to the surface to give us something to hold on to. So, this message today on Saturday is asking us to continue to ramp up your practices. Because in times like these, this may be the only thing you have that is real to hold on to. So with that said, happy Saturday. Get out and move around in the sun so that you can capitalize on this vitamin D from the real and not that little pill you've been taking. And give thanks for all the blessings that you have and still have. And continue to pray that Source will clear this up in a way that we can understand, in a way that we can accept more readily. So again, be well, namaste, and have the best Saturday of your choosing.